Hello and welcome everyone to the Twisted Treeline guide for Season 9. In this guide, I hope to provide you with the most essential information necessary to make a good start on 3 vs 3. Needless to say that for those who have been following my channel for a while, a large portion of the information provided throughout this video might already be known to you. Nonetheless, I'd like to start out with a broad overview of the topics that will be addressed in the upcoming minutes. I've added timestamps to the description, so if you are one of those more experienced players watching this video, you can go and skip right ahead to the subjects that might be of interest to you. As always, all sources used in order to provide the information I'm about to give can be found in the description also. The subjects for this guide include map layout and objectives, metas or playstyles, champions that best fit those playstyles, where to find proper builds, and 2 nifty tips that can help effectively improve your performance efficiency. Now that you know what to expect, let's get to it. Alright, so for those who are really new, each lane on the tree line consists of an outer turret, inner turret, inhibitor turret and inhibitor, after which the 2 congregating lanes share the nexus and nexus turret. Worth noting is that the turrets are a lot less durable than those on the rift, as they take full damage from the first second of the game and are not covered by plates. The inhibitor and especially nexus turrets deal a lot more damage than those in lane, so keep that in mind whilst considering a tower dive. In the middle of the map, you will find a platform where after 2 minutes and 30 seconds a ghost relic will spawn. This ghost relic grants a short movement speed buff and restores health and mana, energy or fury. The exact amount of health and mana restored depends on your champion level. Once the relic is picked up, it will respawn again 90 seconds later. Keeping track of when the relic will spawn and respawn is crucial for bot laners. It's a known tactic to shove your lane just before it spawns to then pick it up uncontested. The extra health and mana can be used to effectively exert further lane dominance. In the center of your jungle, you will find an altar that will also unlock after 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. An altar is captured by standing on it for 9 seconds, which is 1 second more than your typical recall timer. Capturing an altar grants all members of your team 80 gold, as well as 10% bonus movement speed for as long as the altar stays captured. Capturing the other altar as well causes you to restore 1% of your max HP upon a minion or monster kill. Again, if you can keep the 2 altars captured. A neat interaction to be aware of is that 2 of the bounty hunter stacks from the domination rune tree can also be obtained by capturing the 2 individual altars. Surrounding the altar, you will find 3 jungle camps. Each of them will spawn 1 minute and 5 seconds into the game and respawn 75 seconds after clearing them. 10 minutes into the game, the main neutral objective, Valmal, spawns in the middle of the top side of the map. Killing Valmal grants your team 190 gold and a sweet buff for all players alive when it was killed. The buff allows you to move through units and grants nearby minions a buff that makes them tankier, stronger and terrorize nearby enemy minions. After killing it, Valmal retreats to respawn 6 minutes later. Alright, so now that you got an idea of the map and what the objectives look like, we can dive into the 2 main playstyles that you might encounter. The first, most straightforward one, requires a jungler, bot laner and top laner. This playstyle is like that on the jungler of Summoner's Rift. Farm up, gank lanes and invade the enemy. An arguably more potent playstyle is called the support meta, or funneling meta if you're a real hipster. This playstyle consists of a bot laner, support and carry. The support and carry rotate between jungle and top lane to acquire as much farm as possible. You are likely to encounter this playstyle in higher elo. In both metas, the bot laner is generally a mage with good wave clear. Main reason for this is that the inner turrets are really close together. If you would pick a champion with low wave clear, you are likely going to lose a lot of CS to the turret. Most champions that suffice this requirement are all viable picks, but traits such as crowd control, AoE damage and mobility to roam often separate the good from the best. Junglers are primarily tanks or fighters. The short lane distance requires you to have either a gap closer or a meaningful CC to prevent your opponents from crawling back under their turret. If you are playing versus a support composition, your focus should be put on preventing the enemy duo lane from farming. Champions that allow for this are generally good in skirmishes and effective in invading. As the jungler will struggle to do all the invading by himself, he will need a top laner that can quickly clear waves and back him up when need be. Therefore, top laners are nearly always fighters and bruisers. The quick wave clear is only a real necessity versus the duo lane composition. The support in a carry composition is practically always a melee tank, usually excelling in either engage or appeal potential. The carry can be a ranged hyper carry or fighter/bruiser. The latter is most common as AD carries are quite prone to burst damage. For your convenience, I've constructed a general tier list that covers the champions that perform well on the Treeline as well as those that can have a bigger impact if you master them. A link for that should appear on your screen right now. Knowing which champions do well can be looked up quickly, but finding the build that best suits the situation just requires some extra experience and feel. However, you can go through this website to find out which items generally contribute to a good performance. Of course, copying the complete build without second thought is not recommended, but it's good to get an indication of what seems to work. Viewers following my channel will already know, but for those who don't, you can also look for the champion you'd like to play in one of my videos. Runes and builds can then be found in the video description. That concludes the core part of the tutorial. You should now have all the basic knowledge you need to start your adventure on the Treeline. Unfortunately, I only have 2 tips that might be worth knowing. The first one I also included last season, which is how to properly conquer the main neutral objective, Valmal. Valmal can make your life quite difficult and has the potential to wipe away your entire team if you don't approach it correctly. Valmal has 4 basic abilities: a short range melee basic attack, a long range single target attack, a medium range AoE slam, and a long range AoE pull. The first 3 of these abilities also apply a debuff that reduces armor and magic resistance by 0.5 per stack, capping at 60 stacks. However, the number of stacks applied per attack differs greatly. The melee basic attack applies 1 stack per hit. The long range attacks apply 4 stacks and the AoE slam 15 stacks per slam. As Valmal likes to chain these slams, you are quick to lose 30 armor and magic resistance in just a matter of seconds. Therefore, you want to avoid this AoE slam as much as possible. And when they do occur, you'd like to have only 1 person affected by it, preferably someone who can take it. The best way to go about this is to put your jungler or support at one side of the spider as close to it as possible, and the rest of your team on the other side a little further away from it. Doing this will greatly reduce the total damage taken as a team. Another thing that you might have been vaguely aware of is that it often seems faster to walk back to base than to recall. A few weeks back I had some spare time and took the liberty to measure some distances on the map to the center of the fountain. Here I put in all the distances, and here I added the lines after which recalling is more time efficient than walking, based on your movement speed. To give you an indication, Morgana with completed boots and the Celerity rune has a movement speed of 424 units per second. So, for her, the point where recalling becomes more or less time efficient is here. I'll leave a link to these maps in the description if you'd like to take a closer look. I hope I have provided you with enough basic information to get started. If you'd like to learn some more advanced strategies and theories about the Treeline, I'd like to recommend you to take a look at my other tutorial videos. There are also some other sources that have put great effort in providing a platform with information for your benefit. Double Dorans is still a relatively fresh website that is still in full development. Here you will find some simple tier lists for different strategies as well as an extensive tier list with some general know-how. On the site, you will also find a live match function, a stream section and a team builder section. The latter is currently the best way to find and recruit teammates to queue up with. Another website is 3v3.gg. Apart from the tier lists and streams, you will also be able to find guides and builds here. 3v3 Brawl has organized some nice Treeline tournaments. Check them out if you'd like to participate. I hope this guide has provided you with some insight. Thanks for watching.